Welcome to my channel LGBT lesbian. Stripper.
A good day 8. Path Camila. You know when you are sleeping and wake up with a different energy? A good energy? That's how I woke up today, stretching in the huge bed, feeling all my muscles more relaxed than usual. I opened my eyes, looking around the room. Where I had slept, it was big, luxurious, and at the same time comfortable. I confess that I was still very tired. I rolled over in bed several times, thinking about everything about Lauren's life. Imagining how hard it was being for her to face her father's disease. From the little I knew, Alzheimer was incurable, and it only got worse with time. Michael was too young to have such evil, but unfortunately he does. The man seemed happy. So far I only saw smiles on his face. Clara and Taylor seemed to be conformed to live with the disease. Only for Lauren it was more complicated, and I could even understand. Last night had really left her too fragile. I remember exactly the sad glow of her eyes as she stared at me. It was heartbreaking to see her like that. But what really left me surprised was the request for a hug. Does Lauren consider me a friend? Or did that only happen because she was in her worst moment? No. Lauren wasn't like that. I saw her as fully determined and sincere person, and to imagine her in another way was too hard for my head. But then, what did she expect from me? Maybe nothing, only a friendship. It was clear that Lauren kneeled at Carla's feet, or better, at my feet. But it wasn't like that I wanted her. I wanted her. I wanted to feel her affection. I wanted to be cared for, loved. But at that level one hadn't gotten in. Carla conquered Lauren with the body, the desire. And I? What had I done? Nothing. What had I conquered in Lauren? I got up from bed, leaving all those ideas behind. Thinking about so many things would leave me confused. So I had made a decision. I would make this weekend something special. I wouldn't worry about Carla, or with the fact that Lauren was my boss. Like she had asked, we would only be Lauren and Camila. Nothing more. After a hot bath, I put on a pair of jeans, ripped in the knees, and a gray blouse that left my stomach showing. My hair was loose and slightly wavy. I looked in the mirror one last time before leaving the room. By now everyone should already be at the table for breakfast. I descended the stairs without making a noise. I heard some laughter coming from outside that I guessed to be from Mike and Taylor. They weren't in the dining room. Through the huge window I saw them outside, sitting at the table, eating breakfast. I approached them slowly. Let's say that I believe that she's not, but she should. She's very beautiful. Michael said to Lauren. Were they talking about me? Lauren let out a laugh at Mike, throwing a little bread at him. Wasting food is a sin. Good morning, everyone, I said as I approached the table. They all quickly looked at me, leaving me embarrassed. Lauren stared at me from head to toe as if she was analyzing every detail in me. Good morning, Camila, Taylor said excitedly. See, Lauren? Camila is even religious. Dad. Lauren nudged him. Good morning, Cams, sit with us, Lauren said, smiling. Cams? I had won a nickname from Lauren? Damn it, stop being a silly little girl, Camila, it's just a pet name. I smiled shyly, and approached her. There were two chairs, one beside Taylor and the other beside Lauren. I walked further away from that woman. Here, by my side. Her tone was calm and at the same time decided. I sat beside her, receiving a beautiful smile. Did you sleep well? She whispered while pouring me coffee. I looked at her, seeing her light green eyes. They weren't sad like last night, they were happy, maybe. Yes, I slept very well, and you? I slept very well too. Today we are going out, right? We are? I asked confused. Sure. Taylor is preparing my dad's birthday party for tomorrow and she wants us to help her pick up some things. I didn't want to go, but she doesn't take a no for an answer. I looked at Taylor, who sent me a smile. That's a family thing. Lauren smiled at me, probably causing another stupid smile on my face. It must be. Do you want a croissant? I didn't make them, but they are great, she said, grabbing the small basket where were the croissants that had an amazing smell. Do you want to make me fat? That's impossible. You should try, Camila, they are really delicious. Mike spoke, taking a bite out of one. I took her to Le Café, Dad, and guess what, she loved it. Mike smiled. It wasn't for less, baby girl, that place is divine. Tomorrow when I go to work at the company I'll stop by. Dad, Lauren began. What? I can buy you one, and then we go to the company. I have a million problems to solve. Damn it, a negative point. Mike had another memory lapse. I just placed one hand over Lauren's, trying to tell her that everything was fine. She looked at me, took a deep breath, and to my surprise she just nodded. She didn't go into a bad mood nor grumbled. Good morning, family. A tall boy with dark hair and frowsy clothes spoke as he approached the table. You finally showed up, Chris. I thought that you had already moved into Alessandra's house. Taylor spoke while typing on her phone. Not yet, but maybe one day. Sis, what a miracle to have your majestic presence here. Lauren arched one brow, giving a fake smile to the boy, who bowed at her in reverence. The prodigal son returns home. Always, right? Of course. The boy grabbed a glass of juice and sat at the table to then look at me. Well, unpublished facts. Lauren brought her girlfriend to meet the family? This is Camila Cabello, Lauren's secretary at the company, my son. Clara spoke, serving the boy with small breads. You date your secretary? No, Chris, Camila and I aren't dating. This was getting annoying. Lauren's brother was the typical troublemaker. By his words and appearance, he cared little for others. Great then, the road is clear. Good morning, Miss Cabello, right? Yes, that was all I said. Lauren got up from the table, to lean down and whisper in my ear. Have you finished? Feeling her breath against my skin made my entire body shiver. I stared at her, and now she seemed rather irritated. Yes, I have. Let's go then, I don't want to stay here. I nodded and got up from the chair. But already? You didn't even let me get to know your secretary, sis. Stop being selfish. His tone was provocative and mocking. You don't have to know her, and let alone speak with her. Let's go, Camila. Excuse me. Good morning, Mr. and Mrs. Jauregui. Mike and Clara smiled, and I walked away. I walked behind Lauren, who left stomping into the house. Let's go. Taylor approached us. Lauren huffed, putting her hands on her waist with a mean face. Geez, what happened? Taylor asked, confused. Chris, ironical and provocative as always. Lore, you know how he is. I don't know why you still get all worked up about it. Lauren was in pure rage. Maybe she didn't like her brother so much. Are we going or not? We are going to take Camila to meet L.A. Tomorrow we'll take care of everything for Dad's birthday party. Fine by me. You are going to love L.A., Mila. Mila? Lauren asked, making me laugh. Yes, I imagine that her nickname is Mila, right? Yes, Taylor, you nailed it. See, she said smugly, I'll grab my bag and we can go. The girl walked away, leaving us alone. Please don't take into account all the intimacy, okay? Relax, it's okay. I'll take you to some really cool places today, Miss Cabello. Are you going to discount something from my salary? For the tour? Lauren let out a relaxed laugh. I'll think about it. Do you really want to go with this outfit? I looked at her confused, wondering what was wrong with my clothes. Something wrong? No, on the contrary, you look stunning, Camila. I mean it. 1 minute for an awkward silence between us. Fuckboys will be all over you dressed so beautifully like this, she grumbled, making me smile. If I didn't know how crazy Lauren was for Carla, I might even think that her attitude was pure jealousy. But it would be crazy of me to think such thing. So I just smiled. Within minutes we were already in the streets of LA. Lauren at every instant told stories about her and about the places where we passed by. It was good to know more of her story and her life itself. She could be so different from the arrogant businesswoman that everyone imagined her to be. Lore, today there's a Mega Dodgers game, we could take Camila to watch it. Taylor gave the idea. Lauren seemed to be thinking as she drove her car. I don't think Camila wants to go to a baseball stadium, Tay. If it depends on me, it's okay, we go, no problems. I spoke calmly. Lauren looked at me and smiled. Are you sure? You do know how crowded it gets, right, Miss Cabello? Yes, Miss Jauregui, I know. Do you always treat each other so formally like this? Taylor asked from the back seat of the car, causing a relaxed laugh. Sometimes, yes, I like Camila's surname. Lauren spoke, staring at me. Is this serious, or are you kidding? I'm being very serious. I like Miss Cabello's Latin blood. The atmosphere had become tense. Our gazes crossed with certain mischievousness, and I wasn't sure if it was with this intention that Lauren had spoken. Well, let's go to the stadium? The game should start in half an hour. In exactly 20 minutes, the three of us were going through the huge crowd that entered the Dodgers stadium. Lauren walked in the front, leading us through the best way, and Taylor made us get into the spirit. We bought snapbacks and jerseys, which suited Lauren really well. She was wearing light jeans that outlined her curves perfectly well, a blue jersey with the name of the team and a snapback. I literally never thought that I would ever see her like this. I found seats up there, come on. Lauren spoke louder due to the big noise. The woman held my hand, pulling me through the crowd. She was right, I had no idea of how much that place was crowded. We walked with some difficulty until we arrived at our seats. Finalo, she spoke, sitting down. What heat is this, God? Taylor spoke as she fanned herself. I sat next to Lauren, cussing inwardly the heat that made this morning. Luckily I was wearing light clothing despite being dark, however, jeans. As soon as I crossed my legs beside Lauren, her eyes immediately landed on me. I knotted the hem of the team jersey, leaving my stomach completely showing, but I wouldn't care. I would prove to Lauren that it wasn't only Carla who knew how to seduce. Jesus, this is not working. Lauren spoke, taking her eyes off my legs and fanning herself with the pamphlet she had received. I held in a laugh, turning my snapback backwards. The game is about to start, Taylor informed. Do you want something to drink? You seem to be hot. Lauren spoke, staring at me. Was it madness or was she eating me with her eyes? Yes, I do. You look beautiful, Camila. You too, Lauren. She smiled and got up to get the drinks. Taylor, who was beside her, just casted us a mischievous smile. Lauren soon returned with soda and popcorn. The game was pretty animated, the stadium was sold out. It was without a doubt exciting. And the Jauregui family definitely loved that kind of game because both understood everything and some more. Lauren time or another explained me some pitches, and laughed at my lack of knowledge on the subject. I was good, and she seemed very happy to be here. She laughed a lot. -1 had already forgotten how good it is to watch a game like this. You should have more fun, leave work aside for a few hours. I can't, Camila, I am alone and I have a lot of commitments. That can be paused for a moment of rest. It does wonders to the mind, you know? I bet it does. I'll leave you in charge of that. I didn't understand, but I just nodded. We paid attention back to the game, which luckily the team that Lauren and Taylor liked had won. We left the enormous stadium in pure joy. It was so weird to meet this more relaxed side of her, but it was being wonderful. After there I met the entire downtown LA. Lauren and Taylor were great guides. We took a lot of pictures, against Lauren's wishes of course. She hated to take pictures, without reason of course. The Jauregui family had an outstanding beauty. I spoke to Mom, and she said that we should have lunch at home. Dad wants to spend more time with you, Laure. Taylor said, getting in the car. All right, we are going home. Then I'll take you to meet the rest, Cams. The woman spoke gently, making me smile. After a cold bath in that hellish heat, I wore a long white skirt with lace details and a huge slit in the thigh. On the upper body, a blouse of the same color with long sleeves but loose. It also left part of my stomach showing. I wanted something light, soft. I just wanted to be Camila. You look wonderful, Malal. Taylor said when she found me in the middle of the corridor. Thank you. Where is Lauren? She's talking with Dad in the balcony. Let's go there? I just nodded, being guided by the girl to where Lauren was. Getting there, she smiled broadly as soon as she put her eyes on me. They were evaluative and curious. Do you always dress in such a beautiful way? Mike asked, making me blush. No, sir, I just dress normally. Lauren, you are a lucky woman. Dad, she whispered. What, you have a beautiful secretary. When I was working, your mother didn't let me have beautiful secretaries. That's why they were always old with one foot in the grave. We let out a fun laugh at the man. It's true, you can ask her. What are you talking about me? Clara asked as she served the table along with Meredith. I was remembering my secretaries with them. They all were very well interviewed by me. She said, making us laugh. I see that I was lucky then, Lauren said with her eyes on me, making me blush. The lunch was peaceful. We were on the balcony of the huge seaside mansion talking about various subjects. It was getting late and the sea breeze made everything more refreshing. Lauren's family surely was very different from what I imagined. From what I know, they came from a humble origin, and that was shown in the simplicity of Michael and Clara, and it obviously didn't interfere at all in the high society conduct in which they lived. They were always very friendly. Are you finding it awful? I heard Lauren speak. What? Staying here. I promised that I would take you to meet LA. Don't worry, the goal is that you spend time with your family. Besides, I love talking to them. Really? She asked, surprised. Really, Miss Jauregui, I spoke, faking formalities. Lauren, don't start with Miss Jauregui this weekend, Camila. As you wish. Perfect, Miss Cabello. You can and I can't? I ask, faking annoyance. Yes, I'm the boss here. No, we are outside Jauregui's industry. Here we are just Camila and Lauren. Oh. If you like that I voiced the continuation of the series Stripper and want me to continue, please like and write a comment on the video. This will be an incentive to continue working on translation and dubbing. On my channel there is a continuation of the LGBT series, Stripper, in English and Portuguese after episode 10. And also be sure to subscribe to the channel, because there will be a lot of hot and sexy love stories here.
For your convenience, the series on the channel in the playlist are distributed by series and language, and you can listen to the series in a row without straining yourself.